Hello everybody, my name is Blackblade and welcome back to my channel. Now before I start, I would like to apologize to you guys if I haven't really done any videos for quite some time now. I think it's about about a month now, 3 weeks or to a month now. And the reason being is that during the holidays I had so much projects and I had so many works that I wasn't able to play any games, let alone have some vacation myself. Although I did have a couple of days off, and I used that to just go out and have a little fun. So I apologize for that one, and yeah, so happy new year to everyone, and let's get on with the build proper. This is of course vlog part 4 of our Ride the Lightning Tendrils build. Say that 10 times faster. Ride the Lightning Tendrils. Oh, never mind. Well, anyway, let's get into the build proper. Alright, so we are going to be using the shadow for this build. We did pass through some elemental damage nodes over here, passing through some cast speed and ending with trickery. And then we went down over here to get the some life and then the blood siphon. And then we went over to the right side to get some lightning damage nodes over here, ending with cold-hearted calculation. And then we went up towards over here to get some life and energy shield nodes and ending with written with blood. And then we went over to the left side over here. I did get the alacrity for some gear and gem requirements. And then we went up here to get the Eldritch Battery. And then we went over down here to get the Static Blows. And then we went over to the Witch skill tree to get some mana and life, ending with Heart and Soul. We did get the Deep Wisdom and the Practical Application for the 25% chance to avoid interruption from stuns while casting. And then we went up over here to get some increased area of effect radius, ending with blast radius. That is of course to increase the overall reach of the lightning tendrils. And then we went up over here to get all of the powerful lightning nodes, ending with Heart of the Thunder and the Breath of Lightning. And then we went over to the left side to get the some mana nodes over here, Deep Thoughts, and some more life nodes over here. And then we went over to the left side to get some Aura of Effect nodes, ending with Sovereignty. And then we went down here to get the Purity of Flesh and finishing up by getting all of the life and chaos resistance nodes. And then we went over here to the Templar skill tree, over to the left side to get some the elemental damage and getting of course the Celestial Punishment and the Celestial Judgement. Now if you're going with any elemental class builds or any elemental type builds, I suggest that you highly you get the Celestial Punishment and the Celestial Judgement, because that will overall increase the overall DPS of your build with any build at all, involving any elemental damage, involving any elemental damage. And then of course we went to the right side to get some life nodes again. We did get the elementalist over here, and then I did go over here to get the Light of Divinity. Now I didn't notice this before, but as you can see there, it increases our spell damage by 15%, and it adds an increase 4% increase cast speed, 20% increase light radius, and 10% plus 10 to strength and to intelligence. So this is a very powerful skill node, or one of the most powerful skill node if you guys are going with a spell build. So I highly suggest that you get this one. And then of course we did get the Amplify to further increase the AoE of our lightning tendrils. And then we went over to the right side to take some life nodes over here. Sanctity for the increased maximum energy shield, life regeneration, increased armor, intelligence, and strength. And then the Retribution here also is a very notable skill node because it adds 14% increased spell damage and a 5% increased cast speed. So it's a very it's also one of the very one of the most powerful skill nodes of the game, in my opinion. And then of course we went over to the right side over here, ending with the mana regeneration and life, passing of course mana and life, and then some more mana and life regeneration nodes. Yeah, so I guess that's about it. We are on level 82, so with further levels I suggest that you guys take some more spell damage nodes over here if you need to. And of course there is the Unatural Calm over here, which I think I will get. That's just a couple of 3 more skill nodes. What I mean is 3 more skill points for us to take. And then of course there is the Elemental Dominion over here, 4% increased cast speed and 16% increased elemental damage with spells, which will greatly of course further increase the Lightning Tendrils. And then finishing up with elemental damage, Lightning Walker, and the some more lightning damage over here. Of course you can go over here on the route over on the Templar skill tree, passing through spell damage, plus 12% increase elemental damage, and plus 14% increase elemental damage. Alright, so I guess that's about it. Let's get into our gear. Now we will be dual wielding the Moon Sorrow for this build, simply because I really these are the only two powerful wands that I have. But if you have, you know, a much more powerful wand than this one, then go ahead and use that one instead. But for me, these are the only two ones that I have, so I will be dual wielding the Moon Sorrow. Of course, for our helm, I'm going to be using an energy shield based helm with life and resistance, with only one resistance. But then again, you know, I've capped out all of my resistances, so that's okay. But if you can, you know, have at least 2 resistance on your helm. For my amulet, I'm going to be using an Onyx amulet for the life resist and mana regeneration rate. For my other ring, I'm going to be using a life and resistance ring. For my other ring, I'm going to be using a life and resist ring with a 7% increased lightning damage. For our chest space, we are going to be using the Carcass Jack to further increase the AoE of the Lightning Tendrils by 20%, and adding, of course, 12% increased area damage. I'm not exactly sure if the 12% increase, if the Lightning Tendrils, you know, benefits from the 12% increased area damage. You may want to research on that one if you can. For my gloves, I'm going to be using this one for life and again resistances. For our belt, we're going to be using life and resist, and for our boots, we're going to be using life, 3 resistances, and of course movement speed. Now, for the gems that will be attached to our Lightning Tendrils, we are going to be attaching that to faster casting, life leech, spell echo, and lightning penetration. Now, if you find yourself, if you have a really good life management on your gear, then I suggest that you replace life leech with added lightning damage to add some more kick into your Lightning Tendrils. But if you have a 6th link, then I suggest that on the 6th link you add a added lightning damage and a life leech for you know, some more survivability. For our auras, we are going to be using Herald of Ice, Herald of Thunder, and Clarity, all attached to reduced mana. For our curse, we are going to be using Conductivity, attached to increased area of effect, and faster casting. For our other skill gems, we are going to be using Lightning Warp with faster casting and reduced duration. For our defensive skill gems, we are going to be using CWDT attached to increased duration, Immortal Call, and Enduring Cry. You know, very typical combination there. And for our other auras, we are going to be using reduced mana attached to Discipline to further increase our mana. Attached to Enhance, and of course Arctic Armour. The Arctic Armour doesn't really benefit on reduced mana, but it does benefit on the Enhance, so you may want to play around there. The Arctic Armour will help a lot when it comes to physical and fire damage reduction, so you may want to incorporate that into your build. When it comes to our stats, our Lightning Tendrils is doing a total of 70,800 DPS. Our overall defense, as you can see, we're not doing pretty good with armor, only sitting at 491. That's why the Arctic Armour is really important for this build to mitigate, you know, some physical damage. And then we have maxed out all of our fire, cold, and lightning resistance, and our chaos resistance is sitting at negative 40%. Alright, so that's about it, I guess. Am I missing out anything? Alright, don't forget to include a Topaz Flask in your sets of Flask to mitigate, you know, elemental reflect mobs. Alright, so let's get into some gameplay. Again, I do apologize, guys, if it took me forever to upload any videos. Yeah, because I've been busy with my work, and you know, with some other projects. And as far as the build goes, it is working quite well. I've only done maps up until level 71 because I'm extremely broke and I run out of maps, and I haven't been lucky enough to, you know, drop 70 through 72 maps and above. So yeah, and I'm extremely broke. So I don't have any what do you call this, any currencies to buy, you know, higher tiered map. But as you can see, you know, I think I expect this build to work great when it comes to probably up until level 73-ish. Not entirely sure with maps, you know, level 74 and above. Alright, so let's go and find coal. Oh, and by the way, our life is at 4,465. I do apologize if you guys are hearing some construction noise out there. I have some neighbors, you know, having some construction work with their house. Yeah, and it's a very bad time for me to create a video with that now. Well, with, you know, not having any proper soundproofing in my room. Alright, so let's not waste any further time. Where the hell is coal? Coal, come out of the closet. Oh, and by the way, our what do you call this? Our mana regeneration per second is at 215. So that's a lot of mana regen to cope up with the Arctic Armour. Which is at, I think my Arctic Armour. Oh, hold on. Okay, this is already coal. Ah, what am I pressing? Okay, there we go. So as you can see, that is a very fast kill when it comes to coal, maybe even faster than my Shadow Dual Claw build. Now I know you guys would love some piety kills, so I will teleport to her right now. Be right back. Alright, so welcome back. So let's go ahead and kill piety. And I thought that, you know, to show you guys some more gameplay, so I didn't kill everyone, you know, going to her, especially the blue mobs over here. There's always blue mobs over here. Alright, so let's go. As you can see, we are mowing down enemies quite fast. Alright, so here's piety now.
Has no one managed to kill you, then it seems you.
Yeah. Come on, hurry up. Okay, let's curse her first. And so as you can see, the skill is really tearing through her life like really fast. And there you go. Sad that I didn't get any you know, legendary items. So we have a Callus Mask. Yeah. Alright, so I guess that's about it for this episode, guys. Again, I apologize if I haven't uploaded anything. I will be, you know, updating if I can, you know, almost all of the builds that I have done during, you know, during the past. So yeah, so thank you all so much for watching. If you guys enjoy the content, please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'm gonna see you guys next time or the next part of my video. Have a good one. Alright, so we're gonna take care of his minions first, and then we're gonna take care of him. As you can see, that is a pretty quick kill. Alright, so I guess that's about it. Although we still have time. Yeah, we still have a couple of times. Hold on, I'm going to teleport to